If you want to grow fast in the payment processing business, you need the right connections, not just merchants, but strategic relationships that bring you deals on autopilot. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to build a network that makes you money. Hey guys, Michael here. If you don't know who I am, I've built a 7-figure passive income business in payment processing, starting from scratch and mastering what works along the way. With 15 years of experience, I'm here to help you create your own path to financial freedom, faster and smarter. You utilize your network. When I started off, I utilized my network. I obviously had no experience. I had no knowledge of the industry, but yet I was able to get so many clients because I utilized my network. So in this case, it was my father-in-law. We sat down, I told him, hey, let's write down whoever you know that could potentially, I can go and help. And we wrote down a list of 100 different businesses. And it was so simple to get in there because you got to remember one thing. He was very, very well respected in the community. So I was able to go in and pretty much say, hey, you know, I'm so-and-so, I'm Michael, and I was referred to you by my father-in-law. And their guard wasn't up versus if you were to go into a business right now, cold call, and you're just, hey, I'm just so-and-so. And they're like, I don't know you. Who the hell are you? They're not going to give you that trust immediately. Even though the people that I was referred to by my father-in-law, they had no idea who I was, but it was a very good introduction because they knew the person that referred me to them. It plays a completely different role when it comes to someone actually referring you. You can also go by the businesses that you already know and you shop and you're there all the time. Going and doing a cold call, you know, yes, it could potentially give you you could get lucky, you could whatever, but you need to build a relationship. Anyone that does business with anybody else, the first thing that you need to, the mission here is to lift that trust barrier. Because if they have their guard up, you're not gonna get through it. They're just gonna see you as everybody else. But you can change that. You can change that by having a relationship with them, or build a relationship with them. So, but that's the easiest way. If you have no experience, nothing in your previous history, even sales experience, for God's sakes. I mean, yes, I came with sales experience, but that wasn't it. It was the relationship. I could be the best salesperson on planet Earth, but if it wasn't for that relationship, I wouldn't be able to visit that merchant or that business and try to talk to them about payment processing. One of the most important relationships you can build in payment processing is by leveraging people that have a book of business. What do I mean by that? For example, you have a bookkeeper, right? Bookkeeper does business with businesses and they already come with a book of business. And if you leverage that, if you go and you have a relationship, again, it's the same thing here. Because if you don't have a relationship with this referral or partner that you could potentially bring in, then they're not gonna know who you are. Remember the trust barrier. Remember the guard, right? Their guard is up. So if their guard is up, they're not gonna give you their time of day. So they're going to be very, very worried about how they approach the situation because they don't know you. They're kind of like a deer. You're not gonna be able to go and pet them. So that's the reality. So you wanna make sure you know that business or have a relationship or you know someone that can refer you to that business. And this business is, again, a bookkeeper. I gave you an example. I work with web developers. They develop their e-commerce. They work with so many businesses. So they're already working. They're kind of doing the work for me. They're already building those relationships. And when they have them all ready and because every e-commerce business needs a payment processor, right? Every business needs a payment processor. So the idea here is you partner with them and you tell them, hey, for every person you send me, you can maybe work out a deal where you can give them a spiff, a one-time fee. But everybody loves working on residuals, just like you are loving this idea because it's a residual-based business. It's passive income. So if you tell them, hey, I don't know who you're sending your business to. A lot of them are sending them to Stripe or PayPal because it's a more simpler. It's just like, hey, just go there, whatever. but most of them don't get paid for that. They just send it for simplicity and they don't want to deal with it, but they're leaving so much money to monetize on payments from their existing clients. So they're leaving a lot of money on the table. So you just tell them, hey, again, if you know them, you tell them like, I am in the business. I would love to help you. Let's work out a deal where you refer me business. I even can refer you business. I've referred businesses to many of my referral partners, and because it works both ways. And that is the most vital way. And you can go to developers, for example. The list goes on and on. I mean, it would have to be a completely different video just to talk about the amount of opportunities that you can go after for people to just refer you business. So that is vital, because now what you're doing is you're building relationships with people, or have relationships with people already who already have a book of business, who their clients already trust them. So now they're gonna send them to you. It's the same thing as if, you know, the example I gave you of my father-in-law sending me to these businesses. It's already trusted. They're recommending them. They already chose to do business with them. They're going to choose to do business with you. And my average closing ratio with those type of businesses when it comes to referrals is 80%. The fastest way, I would say, is, again, leveraging your network. And if you don't have a network, then you're going to have to go cold calling. It's not going to be fast per se, but you want to build that relationship. Imagine the network you already have. How did that start? Well, I mean, obviously a lot of them come from family, but where does that start? You weren't just born and that relationship was built. You have that relationship. Just understand how was that built? And then go build that with whether it's referral partners, developers, so on and so forth, which is the previous thing that we talked about, or just go and talk to them. And you don't want to ask for anything. You want to just build a relationship. And if they're equipped with the information and the relationships that you're looking for, you want to be patient, very patient, and you want to listen. You want to be a very good listener, because the more you listen to them, the better that relationship. And that's probably your best bet to start. And all you need is 1 to 5 merchants in the beginning. Let me take that back. 1 to 5 happy merchants, because you got to nurture them. You got to delight your merchants. And if you do that, you can actually potentially get a testimonial from them. Once you have a testimonial, you need to be on video. You need to be creating content. So once you have that, what you can do is you can put it on ad spend and do some paid media, and then just get it out there locally within a 5 to 10 mile radius. And now people are recognizing the local businesses that you're already helping, and they're going to want to do business with you. So they're going to be like, oh, wow, this, you know, Michael is helping John's seafood down the street from me. I would love to. I mean, if he's helping him, he's going to be able to help me. People love success stories. They love case studies. So that's how you're going to have your pipeline full all the time. I'm not saying stop working with your relationships, because now you're just going to be so incredibly busy with so many things if you have that focus. Because even the 1 to 5 merchants that are happy, you're going to ask them for referrals. Hey, you're happy with me, right? Do you know anyone that could benefit from my service, my support, my availability that they're not getting elsewhere? They're going to be like, yes, my friend, so-and-so. And many times it's happened to me, where in fact, I don't even approach them. They tell me, I have a referral for you. I have my friend, go to them. I told them about you already. They're expecting your call. They want your service. It's incredible, because if you build a product that's amazing, or if you give service that's phenomenal, the word will spread automatically. You don't even have to do anything, but you could, because you feel confident. You're checking in with your merchants all the time. So you feel that confidence to be able to move forward and get those clients onboarded. And that's how your pipeline is going to be filled all the time. Serious about building real passive income? If you're ready for hands-on guidance and a proven roadmap, click the link in the description to see how we can work together. This could be the step that changes everything. This kind of goes with what I was just saying. As a lot of people may know, your network is your net worth. How do you attract people to you? Well, one of my favorite things, one of my favorite quotes that I have read is build something great or do something amazing or great, and the people will come to you. Your network will come to you. Your network will grow. I know that's not really a quote, but I don't know the exact word for the quote, but if you do something great, your network is gonna grow. Your people around you will grow. And that's just the way it would work. So once you've done that, you're being available for your customers, for your merchants, for your partners, because your availability is your best ability. So when you do that, it will come back to you thousandfold, tenfold. It is so important for you to be able to help people. You want to be there for them. You want to think ahead of the competition. And what I mean by that is always have a mindset of paranoia. There's a quote that's very famous and I love it as well. And only the paranoid survive. That is a very good mindset to have, because if you're paranoid, you're doing a very good job, because you're handling your customers with a paranoid mindset. You're handling your partners with a paranoid mindset of maybe they're gonna leave me, maybe they don't want to work with me anymore. If their machine, for example, I have had so many times where merchants call me, a business calls me, and they said my machine is not working, it's down, I cannot. They're frustrated. You can hear it from over the phone. All I want to do is help them, because I put myself in their shoes. Beside me making money from them, I put myself in their shoes and I immediately think, this really sucks. If they can't take payments from customers, their business is gonna go down. So then I right away go into troubleshooting mode and try to figure it out. Even if I have to drive, if they're local, I'll drive there myself and get it done. Because if I can't get it done, I'm not gonna be okay with that. Because now I'm thinking, this person came on board with me because they love my service, because I'm hospitable. I can't sacrifice not being able to fulfill that, because you wanna be there for your customers, for your merchants. And if you're not there when they need you, then why the hell are they with you? Let's be honest, why would they be with you? Your availability is your best ability, and it's so important for you to deliver on that. It's not just saying it, it's delivering it, okay? Delivering on it. Very important. A lot of people think that the more people you network with, the more deals you'll close. And that to me is a lie, because you need the right connections, right? And that's keeping people broke. Listen, networking is amazing, no matter how you look at it. If knowing other people and just building, because you never know who you're gonna meet, because that next person could completely change your life. It's happened to me. I mean, think about it. Where are you in your life today? You're in that position because of someone, something that happened somewhere, and that's the reason you are doing what you're doing today. Regardless if you're happy with it or not happy, but it came from a network, something that triggered it. You were at the place, again, somewhere, somehow, and it happened. We're all in that situation. And that's why everything happens for a reason. But I believe in doubling, tripling, quadrupling down on the right network, so that way you can go after the ideal network person. So for example, if I am in the payment processing business and I'm trying to network with people, because the one thing we can't replace is time. So I'm not gonna go and network with gas station customers, because there's no relationship between, how they can potentially help me move the needle. Yes, I can be nice about it, I can build the network, but it's not gonna do anything for me. And I can't provide value for them. But if I go and hone into gas station owners, now we're talking. If I hone in on gas station technicians, then to make them my referral partners because they deal with gas stations all the time, now that's the right network. It all depends on which, vertical you're going into, what are the businesses you're trying to help in the payment processing space, and you build those networks. And you just, again, double, triple, quadruple down on them. You just give, you listen, you build those relationships with those people, because those are the people that are going to make a big difference. You going after the wrong crowd or the wrong persona, let's call it, you're not gonna get the value you want, and they're not gonna get the value they need or they want. So that is very, very important. That's the end of the video. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. If you have questions or thoughts, drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're interested in building real passive income through payment processing, check out the free community I've created. The link is in the description, and it's full of resources and tools to get you started today. Hope to see you on the inside.